Hi, Lin. I think it's about time.
Yes, you can start it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Wait 1 second. Okay. Hello, everyone. Today I'm happy to meet you on air. I'm Antonio, and I'm a ROS engineer come from Parastate. And today I want to help you to know more about SOAP. Today's topic, we are talk about the SOAP with the key value storage feature. So let's start it. And first, I just get a little bit recall and let you know about what is SOAP. SOAP is a ROS crate. It's a ROS framework about a smart contract framework. It's open source on GitHub. You can check this. You can check this page. This is our page. If you like it, you can send me give me a star on it. Here's the link. And also, this project is utilized Ethereum WebAssembly. And we try to make developing on smart contract is just like a traditional web backend. And also, we provide a Rusty API. And if you want to know more about the detail about the SOAP, here is a slide. Okay. Okay. And then I will talk about the key value storage. Key value storage is a kind of object storage. We just makes it really easier. There is a bucket, and we just put our object into the bucket, and we put it in, and it is storage. This is really flexible because this object is made by you. You can highly customize this object, and also easy to use. The SOAP have a key value storage format, and here and also we have an example of key value storage on here, and this is provided by our members, and here's the link. You can check it out, and also this is the previous slide. You also can check it. Okay. So now I want to make a really simple example and use SOAP and enable the key value storage feature and implement it. Let's SOAP one step by one step. Here's today's example I want to show you is a handman. If you learning English or learning some language need to learn phrase, maybe you have played with this game. This game is that you just challenge is there any character? If not, you fail. You will get a head, and if you fail again, you will get a body, and you fail again, you got the hand. And once the man is already right here, and you got you have no chance. You are a handman. You fail, and then you can try to spell in a word. And this is an example. Use SOAP to implement this handman game, and also use key value contract. Okay. Today I implement a simple blockchain application. It's from a game. The game is called Handman. Everyone, have you ever learned English before? if you learn English before, you must play this game before. This game is try to help you learn phrase. For example, if the phrase is apple, you maybe will guess A and guess P or something other character. If you guess wrong, for example, I guess M. M is not in the apple because apple, the spelling in the apple is APPLE, and I guess M. So I got the wrong one, and I will got ahead. And if I guess wrong a lot of time, I will got the body and the right hand, the left hand, the right foot, and left foot. Every once I got a whole man here. It's called handman, and I cannot guess a word. I will lose. And here is a sample code I already post in the chat. You can see that, and I implement this with show up and key value feature, and it can become a really easy. This is a really easy blockchain application. Okay, so let me introduce the rules I want to build up. The first rule is that every account can set up a word as a puzzle and set up a sentence as a reward. And if people solve the puzzle and it got the reward, you can see the sentence. And also a hint for people. People can see the hint before he got try to solve the puzzle. And rule 2 is that everyone can get the information of the puzzle. The information means that the word's length and also the hint about the puzzle. And the rule 3 is that everyone can guess in one character. For example, if a puzzle is set up with apple and everyone try to guess P, you will get a partial string just like this. It will be dash P P dash dash. If you try to guess M, you will get another partial string. It's dash 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 because apple, there's no P in apple. If everyone can guess the whole word, if correct, you can see the reward. That means the sentence the other people already said it on this. Okay, I think this is clear, and let's do it. If you are first time to develop with Rust and you want to join, you can just copy this command and send to your copy this command, type in console, and you can install Rust. And then you need to install the cargo swap. And here's a command: cargo install cargo swap. Once the cargo swap is correctly installed, you can easier to initial your project. For example, you can cargo swap init, and you can set up your project. And the dash M means different mode. If you don't give this, you will get the default mode. If you give this, you got Rusty mode or auto mode. You can check our previous slide and no more. And in this example, the handman game, I use the feature KV. So let's check out the commit, and you can see what I do. Here is just here is just yeah, this commit first. This is a commit. I just add a KV feature. And how can I add this? I just type the features in the cargo tomo and set up this is KV, and that's all I need to do. And then I try to init the project. As you can see, I use third. Third is a crate. how to serialize the serialized data. And first, I try to initialize the data structure. The data structure is a puzzle. As we can see, the row one already mentioned that the puzzle's simple data structure. It will got there is a word. A word is the puzzle main body of a puzzle, and also a hint to help other to solve the puzzle, and a reward. And three of these parts are string, so it's really easy. And also I put this serials and deserials. This is from the serials trait. This is important because in blockchain, every object passing is using serialize. So serials and deserials is important. And also I put default trait and clone trait and some debug, and because I try to find out two puzzles equal or not, so I need partial equal. This is value. Value is you can see value is a sort derivative. Value is in key value feature, means this structure can be a key, and I can use this structure can be a value, and I can put it in a bucket. It becomes a key value storage, the value part. And then I write a constructor. The constructor is try to initialize the storage. So you can see I initialize the storage is that I get a storage from key value store, so KV store, and also initialize puzzle bucket. What is puzzle bucket? Puzzle bucket is key. The key is address, because we can see the rule. Every account can set a word as a puzzle, and also reward, also a sentence and reward, and a hint for people. So that's it. You can see every account, so every address is a puzzle. The value is a puzzle. So you can see the value has hint, word, reward, and that's all. And the storage save the puzzle, because when we in newer storage is on blockchain storage, but this puzzle bucket here is just on memory, and we put it on the storage and save it. Yeah, this bucket is not safe, and there's no puzzle in the bucket, but the structure is defined. And so this is what a constructor do, is try to map the memory and map the storage, and try to storage things like this way. So there will be a bucket to storage puzzle, and this bucket will key value storage. Key is address, value is puzzle. And what is puzzle? Puzzle is the structure here, and we can serialize, deserialize, and also do something here. So that's the first part. We try to init the project and set out how to constructor, and then we can see once we set out the constructor, there's a row one word reward hint. You can try to type cargo test. Try to make sure everything is okay, everything is fine, and it can run correctly. If not, you will get some error. And once you got some error, there are two possible error here, because we just set out a constructor and set out the data structure. We don't write any test case, but why test case will fail? If you read our previous slide or previous talk, you will know when we use cargo test, there are two tests that will automatically put in. One is a runtime compiling test. Another is constructor compile test. These two tests are automatically set up if you use EWASM test. And EWASM test will auto write in your test module because you use cargo SOA in it. And if one of these tests fail, you may wonder how can I debug it. So this is two commands help you to debug this. This is cargo build target version 32 unknown. This is this command only build the runtime. And if the constructor build fail, you can just build the constructor and see the error message. You can use cargo build -- features constructor and then -- target version 32 unknown. The target version 32 unknown is important because the whole country is built in eWasm, and eWasm is kind of Wasm. As we mentioned before, the target will be Wasm 32 unknown. So as you can see, this is the constructor part. You can try this. And because this every commit I have test, so I think the part will be okay. It will be pass. So if we want to try to do something, mix something up and read the error message here or here with this command or this command, maybe I suggest you to just put serialize or deserialize, remove this, and you cannot pass. You cannot pass the test, and you will get the error, maybe a runtime error or constructor error, because once we need to put in key value, we will try to serialize or deserialize the structure. So if there's no serialize or deserialize method, they will be fail. Okay. And then let's go to follow next commit. So once we have data structure and we will try to handle the data and write a test, and also storage the data on chain. And also we want, because this puzzle game have different user. One is the puzzle owner, it will set out the puzzle, and another it was the game participate, and they will try to solve the puzzle. So we need a special character use this by. It help us to test and run the command, assume different user. Okay. Oh, let's check out this commit. Here I implement row number one and to set up puzzle. Okay. I just write the set up puzzle handler. First, you can see I use SOA utils caller to get caller trace, because everyone can set up puzzle for themselves. So once anyone calls the setup puzzle, at first I will try to know who called this handler. So I use this to go get a caller address. And in this handler, I try to load the storage. So first part is here, I load the storage, and the storage, from the storage I get the puzzle bucket in this way, and then I try to set up the puzzle, because the input parameter is a puzzle. That is a caller pass in. So the bucket will set, and this key is caller's address, and value is a puzzle. The puzzle owner pass in, and then storage save the puzzle and then commit. Okay, so the rule number one can be right in this handler. And here's the part. Here's the part about the routing, because puzzle number one handler is called set puzzle, I need to put it in the functional match the functional selector. You can see the set puzzle, and this is it wasn't function sig. It will automatically match the functional signature. Okay, and send a request to the set puzzle. Because this method we need a puzzle as an input data. So we will use the wasn't input from and contract move. You need to contract move into a puzzle. Yeah. The else part is because I write a really simple error return. I not use anyhow or this error. I just a static string. So I need to map an error into a string. Yeah. And now we can see a test. Yeah, test is simple. We try to set up test puzzle. And so I knew the new puzzle here. The hint is a fruit. And we try to make it into string, and also a word as apple. And reward is a sentence about apple. It's called "You are the apple of my eye." And then we try to do set up puzzle. Yep. So set up puzzle and put the puzzle in. And this is the address. So it's by the test function, the test VM will execute this line, execute this function, and use this user. Yeah. Okay. So if you check out this code and you can use cargo test, and you can see the result, everything is passed. So that's really amazing for a blockchain developer to develop blockchain contract with SOAP. You can just easily use cargo test, and you don't need a local blockchain. You don't need a testnet. You can easily to write down and test and iterate and developing blockchain and your business scenario really quick. And here are the part about the Ruststock, and we'll try to guide you how to write this. And this Ruststock is on our GitHub. You can see our GitHub. SOAP GitHub. You can go to see the SOAP GitHub. Okay, and click here, Ruststock doc or Ruststock derived doc. Click here and you can go in, and you can type the command or something, the method or something you can check out. Okay, let's move on. So the row one is complete. The puzzle can be set up, and then we try to complete different things, get puzzle info. And let's take a look in this command. And if we want to implement this, we will got the problem is about first part is we got two handler, but two handler return different type. And once you got this situation, maybe you can try to see the it wasn't any. We already provide a type, help you to storage things in different type. And also you want to put some input data, input structure is different. There should be an input structure in SOAP in currently. It's just like the HTTP form in HTTP. Okay, let's take a look on this. So this part I just modify. Oh. Yeah, this is set up. It's not this. Give me 1 second. So we need to talk about the rule tool, get puzzle info. Okay. You can see that's not important. I introduced it wasn't any here. You can see that it wasn't any. And also you can see there is a puzzle info. The puzzle info is kind of return. Since the first method setup method did not return anything. But the second method will return this. Get puzzle info. You can see we need to return the info. So there are two kind of different return type, but we just one main function. I think maybe we try to use split mode. You can see much clearer for this. You can just see the right hand part. It's almost final result. So the structure, one of the return structure is the puzzle info, because the handler get puzzle info should return this. You can see this is puzzle info, but the previous handler set puzzle is just return OK and return nothing. So we got two kind of different return. It's time to introduce it wasn't any and help you to handle this. And you can see the main function change. Main function change return nothing to it wasn't any, and everything will be can be returned. You can see if I got the get puzzle info and I just return the result from the get puzzle info. Okay, so let's dig into this handler. First, once request goes into a handler, I got a really similar way. I just get a storage, and from the storage I get a puzzle bucket, and then I try to put the input address, because we can see what is the input. The input is the address. It's just a query. The query is just like HTTP form. I query an address, and the field is address, and I will return the puzzle info, and puzzle info is hint and size. Okay, so I got the input and just call the address. It's kind of something like you are developing in Web 2, the contract. If you are familiar with some framework, maybe C# or something, there also has phone and your field. If you use Django, there's also something really like something really like this. Yeah. So this part is just the address. I got the address, but the address is a string. You can see it's a string. It's not the address type, because address is 20 bytes. It's a data structure with 20 bytes, but a string is just a string format. So I need to build the address. Yeah, this is build address from string, and I got a string. So at first I try to get the puzzle from bucket. You can see puzzle get address. And once, if I can get the puzzle, it will go here. Else I will go here. So if there's no puzzle, I just return anyhow error. It's a simple error. I just write it in a string. There's no puzzle in this address. If I can get the puzzle and just try to convert into puzzle info and return into it wasn't any. And where I convert, I just write down the convert thread here. Every puzzle can easily to convert to puzzle info. If a puzzle puzzle get in, try to convert, and I will get a hint and word, and return the hint and the size, the length of the word become the size. So puzzle info is here. So it's really clear and easy for you to write write down this handler. This is a raw tool and help you to return puzzle info. So you can see I put it here. Here, okay, we can return the puzzle info. And also I modify the test to build up a scenario and make sure everything is okay. I rename the test case name, but it's not important. The most important one is here. Previous test, we just set up a puzzle and set up a test. Set up a puzzle. And then we try to get the puzzle info. So input is the address. The address is the puzzle owner. It's the same. This 1CC and EC on user set up puzzle, and we try to get this 1CC and EC users puzzle. So we try to get puzzle info, and this is a third equal. You can see I just make a build this structure first. It's a hint, and the size should be 5 because the word we already know is apple. Apple is 5 character words. So we can assert this equal. And you can check out this and use Kaggle test, and you can learn more. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, last final like get puzzle info and go to next function. And the rule 3 is get a chart. So we try to modify the input structure and also initialize modify this and also update the test case. It's not difficult. We can see that. Okay. You can see I reuse the input because the input always have address, because input address will help me to find out the correct puzzle, because address is the key in the bucket. Every puzzle will be one address. Okay, and the character is someone want to guess or not. I reuse the input because you can see the challenge. That's the rule 3. You also use the input, but you can see before the before one. Okay, puzzle info also use the input, but there's nothing. There's none in character, so the function didn't change. And this input, and the first one, I just get a storage and get a bucket, and also use the address to get to try use this address, because this address will use to get the bucket, get the puzzle. And then I try to find out if a user get the character or not. If there is a character, I just put everything in uppercase, because this game character upper or lower is not different, so I make everything upper, so it becomes challenging character. And if there is no character provide, and I will return an error and mention this to user, please input a challenge correct character. And then I try to get the puzzle. If the puzzle is a word, and I just return, I want to return dash dash. For example, if user challenge as P, I want to return dash PP dash dash. So I just get whole word and each character and make sure it's uppercase equals challenge character and return this character. Else I will return a dash and then collect all of this character and return. So that's the part. If there's no puzzle, I also will return this error message. Also, I put it into the routing part here, and then we can modify the test case. I just this is input. I reuse the input so it become modified and just push a character P. Yeah, as I mentioned, I just put P here and I try to try and call the challenge method and put the input, and it should got the dash P P dash dash this string as a result. Yeah, so you can see the test case scenario become more complete. First, we can set up a puzzle here, and we can get the puzzle info here, and then we can try to guess one character, challenging one character. So this part is here is and it's okay. And then we got to the final part, the guess whole word. It's almost the same. We just try to modify the input and update the test case and write down the business scenario, and you can see that. Here is row 4, guess word. And first, we just put. I reuse the input structure, so I put the word here, and then I made a guess handler here. First is storage, I get the bucket, and also get the address, and try to this part I try to make all the input word in uppercase. Yeah, because I think there was avoid the case upper or lower problem here. So every word I process is uppercase, and then I try to get the puzzle. It's here. If not, we will return there's no puzzle here, and I try to guess, and I try to compare these two words. If this guess word and the real word is the same, okay, I will return the reward. Reward is a sentence, as I mentioned before. If people cannot guess correctly, and I will return a message for people. The word is not what you think, and then build put it into a router part. You can see it guess and here. And finally, we can write the test case, and so you can see the test case become more complete. First, we set up the puzzle, and then we get the info from the puzzle is here. And also here, we try to challenge the puzzle with one character P, and we got dash PP dash dash. And because we know it's a fruit, and this is, and a hint is a fruit, and this 5-word character is dash P dash dash. Okay, maybe the word is apple, and we try to put this word into input and try to guess. And you can see I will guess and say, if I'm correct, I will get the reward. And the reward is a sentence about apple. And say you are the apple of my eye. So that is the correct scenario. You can check out this and use cargo test, and you will run whole this part. Yep. So after this, we already done. Well done. And you can see this is really easy to build a smart contract with SOAP. And you can test it and run it without making a local blockchain. And also you don't have to switch your identity from different people, because this scenario have so many people. And you can see we just really easy. We just want testing. I just buy a address, and you can change this. If you didn't buy address, actually it will run in address with all 0. It's also a kind of identity. So you can easy to change switch identity in one test case, and easy to build out this scenario. So this is not a complicated blockchain application or game, but you can, because this is simple, so we can do it in a simple way. You can see the SOAP help you to accelerate your development process and help you iterate quick. So it's your turn. I already put some issue here, and you may check out and fork the project and try to solve the issue and make a PR. The first one is that people can set up a puzzle, but we are not validate. You can see this PR. You can see this issue because people can set up a puzzle, but we are not validated. It's just, for example, Apple a word. It's okay, but if people set up an apple a day as a word, try to make the puzzle, we should return something and not allow people to make this puzzle. So this is the issue I'm not implement. Maybe you can try it and solve it. And then in this game and in this example, I just make the arrow really simple. I just use static string or anyhow a row anyhow arrow. Maybe it's time to try to introduce this arrow, because if once we use this arrow, you can see we have a lot of similar arrow here, and there is no puzzle in the string. There's no puzzle in and there's no puzzle in this address. There's no puzzle in. This is the same arrow, but it's not. It's typed by people, and it's easy to write misspelling, or it will become a different arrow. So if it is good implementation and best practice, we want to make the arrow is single source arrow. So here you can introduce this arrow in them, and we can easy to rewrite a test case. There will be single source arrow. So maybe you need to add some test case and make sure the error happened as you think, and try to solve this. It's your turn. Yeah. Anyhow, or write a message or panic a message. It's okay for writing the blockchain and so on. The contract will run okay. It's good. But if you can reuse the error, I think everything will be better. Yep. So let's give you a summary on this. Yeah, I think blockchain bring the trust to the world, and Rust can help the blockchain become more robust. So Rust is the skin of blockchain, and so up is based on Rust, and it wasn't, and help you to build a great blockchain application. So thank you for your listening. If you like my project, and if you like our work, and please start this project. And also there are helpful and good first issues. If you want, you can join us. And then if you interested in the VM we are using, Waste Energy is also welcome to contribute. Here's the link of Waste Energy. Do you have any question here? And so is help you to solve your Ethereum project up to the world. That's today's hackathon. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I give my microphone back to Lin. If there's nothing voice from here. Lin, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, okay. Thank you for joining us today. Um, and thank and I believe this workshop have been super helpful for all our audience today. And thanks Antonio today. And hey guys, if you don't follow our YouTube channel, and make sure you do so, and you won't miss out any of upcoming workshop and project demo session we have about to host for you. And I hope you guys has a great time. And that's all for this session. Thank you, Atanya, for giving for our wonderful workshop. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.